What the fuck? What the fucking fuck?
Apologies for the swearing there, but I know that that was the reaction of a lot of viewers after episode 509, The Litvinov Ruse. And I know that it's a mild spoiler, but the promo for the next episode made it worse.
Now I have to figure out what happened to Quinn.
What do you mean? I thought he was with you.
He was, and then he wasn't.
How seriously was he hurt?
Pretty seriously. And he refused to go to a hospital.
When was this?
9 days ago.
9 days?
There's no record of him at any emergency room or morgue. He just disappeared.
There's something beautiful about the way Astrid says 9 days. It could be her German accent. Like, she sounds so outraged when she goes, 9 days? Which sounds much more outraged than just saying 9 days. And it really embodies the disbelief and the shock, I think, of a lot of Peter Quinn fans. I know I certainly felt that way, because I'm a really big fan of the Carrie character, and I was really trying to rationalise things on her behalf. I told myself that she'd shut down, she was crumping, she was in denial, that she was compartmentalising, and that she was trying not to think about it. The episodes made it quite hard for me to rationalise it when they started having her bring up Jonas, not once but twice, and also lurk around outside of his window like a moonstruck cow. But again, I was able to rationalise that, and I was able to tell myself that it wasn't Jonas that she was missing so much as the life that he represented. That for him, he was a representation of the normal life that she had craved for so long. That all kind of got torpedoed when I discovered that she'd let it go 9 days without contacting Astrid. To me, that's pretty unforgivable. For the last few episodes, Carrie doesn't seem to care that people know that she's alive, so it wouldn't have been very difficult for her to contact Astrid, to ask Otto to contact Astrid, to send her a text, phone her. 5 minutes out of her time would have possibly been able to save Quinn's life. It's not that I'm blaming her for it. I just find it quite inexplicable that she would have behaved in this fashion. I know the Hell Yeah Homeland blog is saying that Carrie's not really like this. She's just being written that way by the writers, which kind of reminds me of a quote from Jessica Rabbit in the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
Part of the reason I didn't get around to doing this recording until now is because I've been really busy. But I'm also really glad I didn't do it earlier in the week, otherwise there probably would have been a lot more ranting and raving and swearing from me. Now that I think about it, I think that the writers are manipulating us. They are doing a Jessica Rabbit on us and drawing Carrie in a way that makes her look quite unsympathetic and uncaring, presumably to emphasise the fact that she probably will be quite caring and concerned when she sees Quinn again, and she may be racked with guilt when she sees the video of him being gassed. I just realised that in previous seasons, what they usually do is they make Carrie look very unlikable. They always deconstruct her, put her in a place where, we really think that she's very, very unlikable, and then she sort of redeems herself. This season, she's actually been a lot more stable, and the only reason that we don't like her is because of her treatment of Quinn, but otherwise, she's been pretty normal. So I think they had to use her coldness about Quinn's plight to do their usual very tropey, unsympathetic Carrie and then redemption Carrie towards the end. Unfortunately, what this means is that the Peter Quinn storyline does come across as a little bit shoehorned into the plot. I was clicking around and looking at various reviews for it and happened to click on a German link that led to a review from a German website, because I've always thought it might be quite interesting to see what the Germans think about this show. I've read a lot of criticisms from some people on Tumblr, so it's always quite funny to see what people think. In the German article, They mentioned that they thought that the episode was pretty exciting and it was a good start for the next 3 episodes, but only the Quinn storyline was not quite so successful. In fact, there's a funny line in which they say, Ein Actionheld Quinn jedoch, der seit mehreren Folgen entweder krank, gefesselt oder ausgenockt ist, kann kein guter Quinn sein. And the gist of that is they were saying that, I think it's like for an action hero, it's a bit crap that he's like sick, tied up or knocked out, so that's not that good. The article also goes on to say that we also get a cliffhanger that's pretty similar to the one we had a few episodes earlier, and they're pretty sure that he's not going to die, so it's not a very effective cliffhanger. That was an interesting comment because there actually are a lot of people out there who think that Quinn might possibly die. I'm pretty sure he's not going to. I'm worried about what the after effects of the sarin gas is going to be, because even though the antidote was administered to him, presumably, given that he had such a high concentrated dose and he was locked in that little chamber, there could be some pretty severe health consequences. Although this is TV, so maybe he'll recover like mega fast. One of the people posting on the live channel is Flora Manu, and she said about Quinn, I was actually happy when I thought he would have an independent line of story, so that his existence on the show is not just because of Carrie. But now, what is the point? Seriously, give me a break from the non-stop various types of torturing Quinn is going through. Just tired of it. I feel the same way. I also felt the same way because for a while I was pretty excited that Quinn was getting his own storyline, because I thought his chances of longevity were far increased if he had an independent storyline. But now I see that the writers are just trying to manipulate us with endless man pain, and they know that Quinn is a fan favourite, and they know that they can stir us up by treating him really badly and making him look all beaten up and bruised. Some of the better parts of the Quinn storyline were his interactions with Kasim. I found the scenes quite powerful in terms of him being able to reach out to Kasim and recognising that there was still a layer of humanity and compassion in the other man.
Sarin is a fucked up way to die.
Don't talk. Drink.
It attacks the respiratory center of the nervous system. It paralyzes the muscles around the lungs. You convulse, you vomit, your bladder and your bowels evacuate.
Fine. No water for you.
You can see for yourself, there's videos online. Google Ghouta, Syria.
I particularly like this exchange.
Whatever happens, it's Allah's will.
Maybe it's Allah's will that you stop this.
In terms of the other elements of the episode, I quite enjoyed them. I really like Astrid, so it was really great to see her on screen again. I loved seeing her work. I liked seeing her interact with Allison. I thought that Allison continues to be a really interesting character, very smart and very resourceful, and she actually seems to operate better under pressure, and she's able to sort of pull herself together. I still can't believe that she's able to hoodwink 3 of the most capable people in the show, being Dara Dol, Saul and Carrie. That sort of defies belief, really. Although, you know, Saul's clearly not lost any of his spycraft skills, because I was impressed about the way he was able to bug Allison's handbag. Although I was genuinely worried and in suspense that he would be caught. So that was also an interesting storyline. So even though there are a lot of people who are pissed off right now and, you know, claiming that they're going to stop watching, I am very much interested to see what happens for the remaining 3 episodes. I really don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea who's going to die. I'm worried, you know, there are a few things I'm worried about. I'm worried that they're going to kill off Jonas, in the sense that I'm worried that Carrie will be reunited with Quinn. She might decide that she feels something for him, and then Jonas gets killed, and so therefore that sort of kills any chance of romance with Quinn, and she'll be fixated on her grief about Jonas. I'm worried that Astrid might die, but other than that, I really have no predictions. So, fingers crossed the next episode gives us what we want to see.